Hello architectural students. We are proud to share some models we have designed using Indian architectural history. Today my associate and I will be giving you a tour of our Indian country model. Even though architecture could be studied throughout the world, it would be better to study it in India because it has multiple religious influences such as the Hindus, the Christians, and then the Muslims. In the distance there is a town you will be able to see, showing that people always live close to these structures, and these structures are built in the vicinity of people. Since India is such a culturally diverse place, there has to be a diverse set of religious buildings. First up is the Hindu temple. This is the predominant style of architecture because India has a huge Hindu influence. In the temples, there are always airways to let natural light and wind in. Hindu temples always use natural light instead of artificial light. When you enter a Hindu temple, there's always a puddle of water to cleanse your feet so that you don't get any dirt into the temple. This is also more inviting for gods and goddesses to enter your temple. They have an inner sanctum called the Garbha where the idol or deity is hosted. There are Dravida style temples and Nagara style temples. In the Nagara style temples, the tower is curved or shaped. The Nagara style temples are North Indian style temples influenced by the Aryans who invaded India sometime between 1500 to 1200 BC. The Rahul Dravida style temples are from the south, coming from the Guptas who invaded. The Guptas came from Central Asia and they were also known as the Huns. One of the most famous Huns was Attila the Hun. In the Dravida style temples, the tower has progressively smaller stories of pavilions. Here is an example of the Dravida style. Notice the little secluded area at the side inside the temple. That chamber is called the Garbha or the inner sanctum. In there, the idol or deity is hosted, and as you can see here, this is the arachnid god. That is the architecture of a temple. So remember, if you're ever planning to build one, it should have a style of smaller progressing pavilions. It should be a little open to let natural light through, as temples don't usually use artificial light, and there should be a little secluded area to worship the deity of that specific temple. Next, notice this massive structure in the distance. That is a mosque. Since the Muslims came to India, they brought the style of building arches instead of depicting people or paintings inside their religious building. Since the Muslims came to India, they first came to India as traders and connected India to the ports of Southeast Asia. As we approach the mosque, take note of all the archways. This is a predominant style in all mosques, designing archways that lead into the center. On all four corners, as you can see here, there are columns that rise up right into the sky. As soon as you enter the archways, the mosque is a pretty open area. When you're designing one, there should be a lot of free space on the inside of the mosque. Then there's another building inside here. As you can see, there's always a lot of light inside this building, inside the mosque. Make sure you have enough electrical energy and a power source when you design this. Over here at the front, this is where the lead imam will be reciting prayers from the Quran. And ahead, around here, this is where the people would worship Allah. Inside the structure, also design it so there's a lot of empty space to let people bow down their heads. As we approach the church here, look at the cross on top. Every church has the cross on top to remind them of the crucifixion of Jesus. India is one of the few places where you'd see all these religious buildings in the same area. Inside, the church is one of the few religious buildings which has a lot of windows. In some cases, they would also have stained glass. As you can see on the walls, there are paintings, mostly of Jesus. At the front, you need to design it so there is space for an altar, where the head priest would lead the ceremony, as well as another cross. Keep in mind, architects, that this is why this is the best place for architecture. Thank you for listening to our project. Once you graduate your architectural school, we hope you maybe take this into account and build your projects all in India.